wonder why some coaches seem to be effortlessly attracting these 5 and 6 figure coaching clients while others are struggling just to get some type of engagement going on their social media? It's not magic and it is definitely not luck. It is a strategy. And the best part is that you can totally learn this strategy and you can apply the same strategy whether you want to speak on a bigger stage or maybe it's hosting smaller intimate webinar or workshop and even being a guest on a podcast. Give me a high five dropping into the comment if you're ready for this strategy that actually work. Because in the next 3 days, we're going to change the way that you get visibility. We're going to get you more speaking gigs and definitely get you more paying clients without relying on social media 24/7. Today, we are going to talk about the big visibility mistakes that a lot of coaches are making and how this one simple shift will actually change everything for you. If you're new to me, I'm Michelle, and I've been a public speaker since age 9. And as a professional speaker who get paid to be on those stages, I've been exactly where you are. And I help coaches like yourself to attract high-paying clients without feeling like you have to constantly sell them or chasing them. So here's an interesting statistic that I want you to know. Statistics shows that on average, the organic engagement on social media is less than 1%. That means for every 100 followers, maybe one person is actually engaging with your content. So if you have 1,000 followers, maybe 10 people would be engaging your content. Okay, it's a very small number. Meanwhile, if you have an in-person event, webinar, or you're actually there inside the room with them, it shows that there's about 20 to 30% higher engagement compared to your social media. Now, what does this mean for you? Well, it means that it makes perfect sense why you might be struggling to get noticed, to get engagement, to get any type of interaction from your audience on social media. That number is huge difference, right? 1% compared to 20 to 30%. Now, most coaches are spending way too much time trying to beat the algorithm online, posting every day or posting more frequently than they need to, dancing their way on the reel and trying to grab people's attention. And yet they're missing out this huge opportunity that no one else is talking about. And that's not going to be you today because that's exactly what we're going to fix today. So let's talk about real quick why coaches are feeling stuck, right? This is a very frustrating yet common phenomenon that many of the coaches are going to go through right now as we speak. You're probably showing up online, you're posting frequently, you're engaging, or you're trying to create that engagement, but every time you put out a question, it's just cricket. No one is answering, no one is communicating, no one is commenting. And maybe you're even running a little bit of ads to send to your business, but somehow the people who you attract is just not the right clients. But so you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, but you're not seeing that consistent paying client coming in. Why? Now, here's why, okay? I'm going to break it down for you. Here's why. Number one is social media is too noisy. There's millions of coaches that's out there. And ICF has recently released the data, and between 2024 to 2025, there are actually 167,000 coaches, active coaches, who are registered, who are certified, accredited under International Coach Federation. And so you are among the 167,000 coaches who are trying to grab the attention of their dream client on social. And so social media itself has always been a noisy place, right? Whether you use it for business or not, it's always been a very busy place. Now, if you add it on top of it, bring your business in, there's a lot of people who do what you do who are competing for the attention. And your dream client is probably feeling very overwhelmed. They are overwhelmed by the news that's out there on social already. And on top of it, they have to pay attention to your posts to engage with you. And so that's the reason why you're not seeing that consistent flow of paying clients. And no matter what you do on social, it makes perfect sense. And reason number two why you're not seeing that consistent streams of client coming to you through social is because at some point your visibility is going to be capped. Okay, let's say if you have 200 followers, basically no matter how often you post, you're preaching to the same choir every single day. Let's say you have 200 followers. You're reaching to the same small group over and over and over. So unless you have a strategy that actually allow you to expand your reach and growing your follower, and you have new follower coming in, then you're talking to more newer followers, right? Followers who didn't know about you before. Otherwise, you're just preaching to the same choir over and over and over again. And what happened when we listen to the same thing over and over and over? We start to tuning people out. And that's probably exactly what your audience is doing right now, is they're tuning you out because you repeat the same thing over and over. So your visibility is kept on social media, and therefore you're not attracting the consistent flow of client coming in. Reason number three is that your message might not be attracting the premium clients in the first place. Your content, first of all, might be something, well, if you're still finding a niche, your content might be scattered, right? Or you might be trying to grab their attention, and when you grab attention, you tend to use a lot more. Maybe there's AI involved, right? So it doesn't feel generic, it doesn't feel genuine, and so you're not actually attracting the premium clients who are ready to invest. They're ready to roll up their sleeves. You end up attracting the people who are hesitating to get started. You're attracting people tend to ghost you. Or maybe they said, well, I love this, but I just can't afford it. Right? You're attracting the wrong people. And let's be honest, the reason why you're here, you probably have already experienced that firsthand, right? People like your post, but they don't book a call. You have discovery call with people who said, oh, I love what you do, but they're not ready to commit. Or maybe it's clients who are not fully invested in that transformation that you're offering. So by the third session or maybe the fourth session, they just disappear or they don't show up to your coaching call. Now, if that sounds familiar, I want you to drop a light bulb into the comment. Let me know, right? Does that sound familiar? So for all of this reason, this is why posting on social media more doesn't equate to getting more clients. And this is the reason why we need a better visibility strategy, okay? One that will get you in front of the right people, attracting the premium clients, and position you as the go-to expert. Okay, so how do we go about doing that? At this point, you might be asking, okay, Michelle, great. I know social media is not the answer and posting is not the answer. Then what is? Okay, what is? Well, here's what I want to invite you to do. Okay, I want to invite you to think about the most successful entrepreneurs and thought leaders that you follow. Right? Think about those famous or successful top coaches and speakers or thought leader that you follow. And I want you to sit down and answer yourself this question. Do they just post on Instagram? Do they just post on Instagram? Are the people you follow, do they just post on Instagram? No. right? They're speaking on stages, whether it's live event or podcast or webinar. They're getting interview on television, channels, YouTube channels, shorts, summits. They're being featured at these conferences as panel, or they're doing their own workshop, their webinar. Why? Because they know this for a fact. Speaking builds trust 10 times faster than social media ever could. 10 times faster than social media ever could. Here's the reason why this strategy works so well. Number one is because you're actually in front of a warm, engaging audience. It's not like social media where you're fighting for attention. Speaking puts you right in front of the people who are actively seeking and needing your expertise. Those are the people who have raised their hand, or they even pay for a ticket to be in that room to listen. And so it places you right there in front of them, that these are the people who are ready and they're committed to roll up their sleeves and work with you. The second reason why speaking works so well is because then you're positioning yourself as the authority. Because when you speak, people don't just see you as another coach. People do it by association, right? If there's other speaker who's speaking at the same event, they start to see that speaker as the go-to coach, or that speaker as the expert on the subject matter, and they start to see you as that subject matter, that expert as well. Now, the other reason why speaking works so well is now you're starting to create a ripple effect of opportunity. One speaking gig can lead to more invitation to the next speaking event. It can lead to more clients, more followers, and more leads. And obviously, when you're speaking with other speakers, you can also find collaboration there. So, in other words, for all these reasons, if you are not speaking, you're basically staying invisible, right? If you're just relying on social media, then you're staying invisible. No matter how much you do, how hard you try, you're staying within that 1%, because only one person is following and engaging your content, no matter how hard you try. So drop a fire emoji in the comment if you're ready to start using speaking as your tool to start attracting high quality, high paying clients. Now, usually when I talk about speaking, I know this is what you're thinking, okay? I know this is coming through your mind and you're thinking, well, I don't have a big name, or I don't have a big followers, and I'm just getting started, or I started but I never thought about speaking in the past before. How do I'm not even a speaker. I don't have any experience in speaking. What do I do? I'm so afraid of being on the camera. I don't even know where to start. And the truth is, I get it, okay? I know what you're going through, what you're thinking. And here's the thing, okay? Event organizer and event coordinator, they're not looking for the most famous coaches. What they're looking for is they're looking for the right coach with a clear, compelling message that can deliver value to their audience. Most coaches, they're struggling to get booked, not because they're not good speaker, not because their ideas is not good. It's because they don't have a clear, repeatable, and memorable message that would make them stand out when event coordinator, event organizer are looking for speaker. Okay? And so you may be speaking all over the topic. Why would event or summits or conference wanted to invite you to speak and pay you to be there? Well, there's no reason to, right? Because you don't have that message. And so here's the thing. That's exactly what we're going to cover in the next training, because if you don't have a clear, compelling, memorable message, you won't get the invitation. You won't get booked. and let alone being in the right room with your right client. Because no matter how many stages or podcasts or summits that you pitch, you're not giving them a reason to invite you to there and to be in the same room with your ideal clients. Now, so how do you get into the room? In the next video, I'm going to show you some of the big mistakes that coaches are making when they're trying to get themselves booked into the right room with their right audience, and what is costing them these high paying opportunities. They're basically come down to two things that you must have in order to position yourself as a speaker that people want to take you seriously. Instead of chasing these opportunities, you're actually starting to attract them and you're ready to go. And these are the two things I'm going to cover because when you get this right, speaking becomes the easiest way to bring you to dream clients without selling them. Your dream client will be right there in the room in front of you, and all you have to do is just show up and speak. But unfortunately, if you get this wrong, let's just say that you could be turning away a lot of these high paying clients without you even realizing it. So we're going to cover all that in the next video. So don't miss the next video. That's where everything changes. Now, in the meantime, I would like to invite you to share what would that mean for you if you wake up in the morning and clients started to come to you. You have invitation to speak that's filling up your inbox. What does it all mean for you in your life and in your business? What does it all mean for you? Does it mean more freedom, more time, more impact? What does it all mean for you when you have high paying clients who are ready for you? They're already sold before you even speak to them. Or maybe they're waiting for you in the back of the room and they're like, how can I start working with you? Drop it into the comment and tell me, what would that do for you? And in my next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to make that dream come true and how to get your paying clients that would allow you to build that instant trust. Remember, 10 times faster to build the trust when you're in the room with them, and start attracting those high premium clients that we're talking about here. I will see you in the next training.